For years, the story was always the same. EVs are too expensive, they don't hold their value, and you're better off buying a used Corolla. But as we sit here in 2026, the market has officially exposed a golden opportunity for the smart buyer. We are witnessing a historical level of depreciation. Because of the massive lease returns we've been tracking and the aggressive price cuts on new models, some of the most advanced, luxurious, and powerful cars on the road have plummeted in price. We are talking about six-figure flagship sedans and cutting-edge SUVs that you can now pick up for less than the price of a base model Honda Civic. But there is a catch. In the used market, not all EVs are created equal. Some are bargains because they're reliable workhorses that people just forgot about, and others are traps with aging battery tech or glitchy software. Today, we are breaking down the top 10 best used EVs under $30,000 in the USA. I'm Nick, this is Nick's Car Review, and we're starting with the heavy hitters that used to be for the 1% only. We have to start with the most shocking entry on this list. If you told me 2 years ago that you could buy a Mercedes-Benz EQS for under $30,000, I would have told you that car must have been at the bottom of a lake. But in 2026, the math is real. The EQS Mercedes flagship electric S-Class has experienced a level of depreciation that would make a rock look like a helium balloon. The exposed truth about the EQS is that it suffered from an identity crisis. It was a $110,000 car that many people thought looked like a giant jelly bean. Because the styling was controversial and the hyperscreen tech was overwhelming for some buyers, demand on the secondary market has been soft. In 2026, high mileage 2022 and 2023 models are regularly crossing the auction blocks and hitting used lots for between $27,000 and $29,000. For that price, you are getting an interior that makes a Tesla Model S look like a park bench. We're talking about massage seats, Burmester 4D surround sound, and a ride quality that is literally the gold standard for luxury. It's packing a massive 107.8 kilowatt-hour battery that, even with 60,000 miles on the clock, can still deliver over 300 miles of real-world range. If you want to pull up to a valet stand looking like $1 million while only spending $30,000, the EQS is the ultimate stealth wealth play of 2026. Next up is the car that officially put Cadillac back on the map, the Lyriq. When this car launched, it was a waitlist-only celebrity. But here in 2026, the early 2023 and 2024 models have hit that depreciation sweet spot. Because GM struggled with early software rollouts and moved a massive amount of inventory through lease deals, the used market is now flooded with them. The exposed gem here is the 33-inch curved LED display. It is the same screen you find in a $100,000 Escalade, but you can now have it in a used Lyriq for under $30,000. Most of these used models are the rear-wheel drive versions with the 102 kilowatt-hour battery, giving you about 312 miles of range. But here is the tip for the tech enthusiasts. Look for the models that were manufactured after the mid-2023 hardware update. Cadillac fixed the initial handshake issues with charging stations, and in 2026, these cars are incredibly reliable. You get Super Cruise, which is still the best hands-free driving system in America, and a cabin that is library quiet. It is arguably the best looking SUV on this list, and at $29,000, it makes buying a new gas-powered crossover look like a financial mistake. We are moving away from the luxury land and into the meat of the market. These next three cars are the ones that actually move the needle for the average American commuter in 2026. While everyone is fighting over new inventory, the used lots are currently exposed as a gold mine for these specific models. If you had told me 5 years ago that you could get a high-trim, long-range Tesla Model 3 for under $30,000, I would have thought you were dreaming. But in 2026, the Tesla tsunami we've been tracking has made this a reality. Because Tesla has built millions of these cars and continues to drop the price of the Highland refresh, the 2021 to 2023 models have officially entered the value phase. The exposed truth here is that you shouldn't just buy the cheapest one you find. In the sub $30,000 range, you can now regularly find the long-range all-wheel drive versions. This gives you the dual motor performance, a 0 to 60 time in the 4-second range, and most importantly, over 300 miles of range, even with a few years of battery degradation. But here is the pro tip for 2026. Check the software. Many of these used Model 3S sitting on non-Tesla dealer lots, like at a Toyota or Ford dealership, actually have full self-driving already paid for by the previous owner. Often, these dealerships don't even realize they have a $12,000 software package installed, and they price the car based on the base model. If you find a dual motor Model 3 with FSD for $28,500, you aren't just buying a car, you're stealing one. At number 4, we have the Kia EV6. This is a personal favorite because it doesn't look like anything else on the road. It looks like a futuristic rally car, but the real magic is under the skin. In 2026, the 2022 and 2023 EV6 Wind and GT line trims have finally dipped below that $30,000 threshold. The reason this is a top 10 pick is the 800-volt architecture. Most cars on this list, and even many new EVs coming out today, are still on 400-volt systems. The EV6 can charge from 10% to 80% in about 18 minutes. If you do a lot of road trips and you're worried about spending an hour at a charger, the Kia EV6 is your answer. The exposed value here is the V2L vehicle-to-load tech. For under $30,000, you're getting a car that can literally power your house during a blackout or run a coffee maker at a campsite. Most people overlook the Kia because they're busy looking at Teslas. But in 2026, a used EV6 gives you faster charging, a more unique interior, and a much smoother ride for the exact same price. Right behind its Kia sibling is the Hyundai IONIQ 5. This car won World Car of the Year for a reason. It looks like a 1980s 8-bit video game came to life. And in 2026, the 2022 and 2023 models are flooding the used market as those initial 3-year leases expire. The exposed truth about the IONIQ 5 is the interior space. Because it has a massive wheelbase, actually longer than a Hyundai Palisade SUV, the legroom in the back is dumb. You can slide the center console and the rear seats back and forth to customize the space. In the sub $30,000 market, you'll mostly find the SEL trim. While it lacks some of the bells and whistles of the Limited, it still features that lightning-fast 800-volt charging and a range of about 303 miles on the rear-wheel drive version. The IONIQ 5 is for the person who wants a head-turner that is also incredibly practical. It is the most comfortable car on this list, and at $27,500, it makes a used gas-powered SUV feel like it belongs in a museum. Finally, to round out this section, we have the Polestar 2. If you want a car that feels European and solid, but you don't want to deal with the flashy branding of a Mercedes or a Tesla, the Polestar is your pick. The exposed value here is the build quality. These cars are built like tanks. In 2026, early dual motor models with the performance pack, the ones with the gold seatbelts and Brembo brakes, are hitting used lots for $26,000 to $29,000. You're getting 408 horsepower and one of the best infotainment systems in the world, Google built in. It feels like a high-end sports sedan. And because most people don't know what a Polestar is, the resale value is incredibly low. Their loss is your gain. We're moving into the territory of the practical heroes. For many of you, an EV isn't a status symbol or a 0 to 60 toy. It's a tool for the daily grind. You want a car that can handle a grocery run, a school drop-off, and a rainy commute without making you think twice. In 2026, the used market has exposed two incredible options that offer premium safety and unbeatable tech for a fraction of their original MSRP. If you want a car that feels like a vault on wheels, you look at a Volvo. But for a long time, the XC40 Recharge was priced out of reach for most used buyers. As we sit here in 2026, the 2021 and 2022 models have finally crossed that $30,000 line, with many hitting the $26,000 to $28,000 range. The exposed truth about the XC40 Recharge is its performance. Most people see a boxy, sensible Volvo SUV and think slow. They couldn't be more wrong. This thing packs a dual motor setup with 402 horsepower. It is a literal sleeper that will embarrass many sports cars at a stoplight. But because Volvo doesn't scream about its performance, the resale value has dropped steadily, making it a bargain for us. For the tech bros watching, this was one of the first cars to fully integrate Google built-in. You get the native Google Maps, Google Assistant, and the Play Store directly on the dash. In 2026, this software has been refined to be one of the smoothest in the business. You're getting a high-end, leather-free, luxury interior, a 5-star safety rating, and serious speed for less than the price of a new gas-powered RAV4. It is the smartest safety play on this list. Now, we have to talk about the Chevrolet Bolt EUV. I know some of you are thinking, Nick, why is a Chevy on a list with Mercedes and Cadillacs? But hear me out. In 2026, the Bolt EUV is the cheat code of the used market. While the 2027 model is back in showrooms, the 2022 and 2023 used models have plummeted to between $18,000 and $22,000. The exposed secret of the Bolt EUV is Super Cruise. This was one of the first affordable cars to offer true hands-free highway driving. If you spend your life on the interstate, being able to let the car handle the steering on thousands of miles of mapped highways is a game changer. You're getting about 247 miles of range, which is plenty for almost any American commuter. Yes, it charges slower than the Kia or the Hyundai, but if you have a charger at home, that doesn't matter for your daily life. It's reliable, it's cheap to insure, and at $20,000, it is the single best way to go electric without putting a dent in your bank account. It is the everyman's EV, and it's better than you think. We are reaching the end of the list, and I've saved 2 of the most controversial but rewarding choices for last. One is for the trucked up guys who think an EV can't do real work, and the other is for the person who wants the car that started the whole revolution. In 2026, you can finally buy a used Ford F-150 Lightning, specifically the Pro trim, for under $30,000. When this truck launched, the Pro was the unicorn that everyone wanted, but no one could find. But as fleet leases from 2023 come back to the lots, the supply has finally caught up with the demand. The exposed value for truck folk here is the standard range battery. While it only offers about 230 miles for a work truck or a local hauler, that is more than enough. You get the Mega Power Frunk, which gives you 14 cubic feet of lockable storage where the engine used to be, and enough outlets to run a job site. The Lightning Pro is stripped down, you get vinyl seats and a smaller screen, but you get the same legendary F-150 capability. It tows, it hauls, and it drives smoother than any gas truck you've ever owned. In 2026, picking up an electric F-150 for $29,000 is the ultimate way to lower your business overhead, or just have the most practical daily in the neighborhood. We're finishing the list with the car that started it all, the Tesla Model S. Specifically, we're looking at the 2017 to 2019 75D and 90D models. As I've mentioned, with the Model S ending production in 2026, these classic models have taken a final hit in resale value, comfortably landing in the $25,000 to $28,000 range. The exposed truth about these older Model S units is the free supercharging. Many of these 2017 and 2018 models have free unlimited supercharging that stays with the car. If you find one of these, your fuel cost for life is literally zero. You get the timeless design, the massive 17-inch vertical screen, and the dual motor all-wheel drive system. While it doesn't have the newest plaid motors, it still feels faster than 90% of the cars on the road. Just a pro tip, make sure the MCU media control unit has been upgraded to Intel or Ryzen so the screen stays snappy. At $27,000, a well-maintained Model S still feels like a flagship. It is the most executive way to spend $30,000 in 2026. We've gone through the Big 10. From $100,000 Mercedes flagships to the workhorse F-150 Lightning, the used market in 2026 is officially exposed as a playground for the smart buyer. But before you run out to the dealership or start scrolling through private listings with $29,000 in your pocket, we need to talk about the 2026 buyer's checklist. Buying a used EV isn't like buying a used gas car. You aren't checking for oil leaks or head gasket failures. You're checking for battery health, software versions, and charging port standards. Here is how you win the used EV game in 2026. The NACS factor. In 2026, the NACS Tesla-style port is the law of the land. Most of the cars on this list, like the 2023 Lyriq or the Kia EV6, originally came with the older CCS port. The exposed truth you need to know is that while these cars can all use Tesla superchargers now, you need to verify if the car comes with the official manufacturer adapter. If you're buying from a dealer, demand that they include the NACS to CCS adapter in the deal. These adapters are worth hundreds of dollars, and they are your golden ticket to the most reliable charging network in America. Don't let them tell you it's in the mail. If it's not in the trunk, it's a negotiation point. The degradation myth versus reality. The number one thing truck folk and tech bros alike worry about is the battery dying. Here's the reality in 2026. Most of these cars have been on the road for 3 to 5 years, and we now have the data. On average, these batteries are only seeing about 1% to 2% degradation per year. But don't take the seller's word for it. In 2026, you can buy a $30 Bluetooth OBD2 scanner and use apps like Recurrent or OBD Amigo to get a health report on the battery in 5 minutes. If a car has 60,000 miles and still has 94% of its original capacity, it's a winner. If it's down to 85%, you use that to knock another $3,000 off the price. The software ghost. We've talked about how some dealers don't know what they're selling. This is especially true for Teslas and Cadillacs. When you're sitting in the driver's seat of a used Model 3 or a Lyriq, go into the software or system menu. Look for full self-driving, Super Cruise, or premium connectivity packages. Often, these features are pinned to the VIN, the vehicle's identity, and stay with the car even after a sale. If you find a $28,000 Model 3 that has FSD included in the software menu, you just saved yourself a $99 a month subscription. That is the kind of hidden tech that makes a good deal a legendary one. The lease avalanche leverage. Finally, remember the lease avalanche we've been tracking. In 2026, there are nearly 500,000 used EVs hitting the market. This means the dealer you are talking to is likely staring at a lot full of cars they need to move. If you're looking at an IONIQ 5 or a Mach-E that has been on the lot for more than 45 days, you have all the power. Walk in with a printout of similar cars in a 100-mile radius. In 2026, patience is a financial strategy. If they won't hit your $29,000 target, walk away. There are 491,999 other cars out there, and they know it. We are living in a time where luxury and performance have finally become accessible. The barrier to entry for the electric revolution hasn't just been lowered, it's been demolished. Whether you want the executive presence of the Mercedes EQS, the rugged utility of the F-150 Lightning, or the retro cool tech of the IONIQ 5, you can now get it for less than the price of a mid-size gas sedan. The popularity tax is dead. You don't have to wait on a list for a new car that will lose 30% of its value the moment you drive it home. By shopping the used market in 2026, you are letting the original owner pay for the depreciation while you enjoy the technology. But I want to know what you think. If you had $30,000 in your pocket right now, which one of these 10 sleepers is going in your driveway? Are you going for the Depreciation King Mercedes, or is the Safety King Volvo more your speed? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one, and I want to see which car is the people's choice for 2026. This has been a massive breakdown, and I hope it helps you navigate the wild west of the used EV market. If you found this exposed, look at the numbers helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow and lets me keep doing these deep dives for you. I'm Nick, this is Nick's Car Review, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.